What's up, traders? What's up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor. We're going to be looking at the top 3 cruise lines that are currently being traded on different markets. Is it a time to buy here at these low levels? Are they going to sail into the sunset, or are they going to sink to the bottom like the Titanic? That's a little drastic, but or they're going to collide into each other like this. That's more like it, right? We'll see. We're going to look at the technical side. I'm not going to do a fundamental looking at. I know a lot of people invest in these cruise line stocks for dividend growth, and that being it, it's not a growth play at all. It's just straight dividend for some people. So that being said, we're going to be looking at the very first one here. I've mentioned this one quite a bit here in the past. This is Carnival Cruise Line, ticker symbol CCL. And this thing has been down in the dumps. Like, let's just be straight here. This has just been below the 200. Not a good sign. Let's punch this out to a weekly here. It basically hit a high in right at the beginning of 18. That was due right before the crazy crash that we had in February, and then it has not recovered since then. So let's just do a little fib outline here. It basically needs to get so even the 50% trace from high to low, from 72.70 down to basically just call it 40, would be at 56.31. That would be the 50% retracement of that. And as of this Tuesday evening, we closed at 42.92. It has been cut quite a bit due to a lot of the coronavirus, and they also have 2 ships that one was denied to go back and dock in Japan, and I think Cambodia stepped up and gave them the right of way, which is that's never a fun thing for a company. Their overall earnings was great, but I think what needs to happen is this earnings kind of came out a little bit. It came out before the overall coronavirus was well known. Honestly, that came out of December of last year. So their next earnings will be the 24th of March. So it's quite about a month away, and we'll see on how they report there. If they get downgraded running into this, who knows? It's just going to be a really weird play. I wouldn't be buying this. I don't like the bottom fish. For this, if it breaks down to 39.40, that's going to be tough to hold. So if we just punch this out even more to 15 years, again, this is 08-09, it got down to $14.95. I don't think it's going to get down to that level, but what I do see is this potentially could be support here, the 39 at the most extreme. It's just kind of strange due to the overall outbreak of the coronavirus. Let's see if I can punch this back just a little bit more. Let's edit this. We're gonna do max. Alright, let's apply that sucker. Alright, and max that out. Okay, wow. So you can kind of go back since its inceptions in the 90s. Okay, so it traded at $2.69 back in 91, going to 91. And it's had a beautiful run up due to the .com stuff and .com, or the bubble here, and you just kind of see it came crashing down. Kind of was lived in limbo here, went back up from 04, 05, 06, kind of came crashing down 06 potentially, and then a much steeper crash into the recession as we know as the housing bubble of 08, 09. So let's just run some numbers here. If I go here, I'm going to draw a fib retracement. I've been doing fibs a lot more just to see what's going on here. See, this is interesting. I can see the $37 price target coming in. That seems like a weird number. I do like my 44.88. That kind of lines up with the 618 as well. It needs to break above that. Just looking on the fib retracement, this is going to be difficult because you can see here on how these moving averages are just pointing down to the ground here. Let's bump this back out just like a weekly. They're still pointing to the ground, and then again the 8 just crossed over the 21 again. This needs to kind of start curling up because you can see here when it crossed over here, it kind of curled back up, but it never came back and crossed it again. It just kind of sank back even lower. So I have a feeling this could come up to like the $44 level and then come kind of back down where it is to like the low 40s. So that's Carnival Cruise. We're going to look at the next one is the Royal Caribbean, and that's CUK for the symbol. And this basically is, what the heck? Okay, I did the wrong one. That's CUK. That's the Royal Caribbean Corporation. This is just looks like a exact same pattern of this. So we're gonna look. This is RCL. My bad. There we go. Here, Royal Caribbean Cruises. All right. So this is very sensitive and trade bound. So again, just to give you perspective, Carnival Cruise is the one that had the outbreaks. Of course, Royal Caribbean is also open to these issues, but the Carnival was much lower to their 200. On the daily chart, it looks basically the same. It's basically when the coronavirus broke out, it just kind of continued sinking down, well below its 200. If we punch this out even more to the max, it kind of trades the same. It's been higher up. So if we go here and we go back to CCL, it kind of looks a little bit the same. Again, Royal Caribbean has a little bit higher price stock, and its run has been a little bit more significant, of like 13 to 14. That being said, this pattern could be, it's like a toppy pattern up here, the 135. Like, I would like to see this, but this could potentially, this is a low here, and this is a lower high, and this is another lower high. So if this breaks this, so we're going to create an alert at or below this level. Let's just look at a different dimension here. We're going to look on, yeah, you can just see this trend is just pointing down if you're trying to trend follow this sucker. It's very difficult to pinpoint this guy. This guy's been so just damaged over the years. Let's go to daily on the standard deviation. Yeah, I can see this puncturing out through the 3 deviation, just trying to come back in to consolidate. But it's just this is never good when these lines are just pointing straight down. Like these are at a very heavy slope. So basically, again, a lot of people are saying these are value plays. So basically losing 20-ish%, or like $25 within just this year already, or this last month. It's losing 20% of its value just because of a recession coming. I don't know. Coronavirus is going to turn everyone to zombies. I'm not sure. I just wouldn't want to put my money into these companies, even just to park it. Like, yeah, they play a pretty substantial dividend, but it's not my cup of tea, right? All right. So, last one but not least, which is what I've read the most, is one of the more favorite ones, which is going to be Norwegian Cruise Line. So that's NCLH. And these, again, this one is also below the 200. Again, this stock's only $50. That doesn't mean anything. And you can see this also on the weekly chart. It's just been trading in a range. It's just these very toppy-ish patterns, these long candles out. And this one doesn't look like it pays anything. But potentially breaking through here to the 200, below the 200. But if you punch this out even more, like, this company hasn't been around for that long, but it has a pretty nice run. Let's do a little fib retracement here from the high to the low of $24 when it first IPO'd. Yeah, I can see it coming back down to like the $48 level for sure. This is the one that has earnings coming out very soon, I believe. Yeah, the 20th. This is interesting. I like this. What did I just say? The 48 level. So we're going to create at or below. Here, we're just going to create a high here just in case if it starts running. I don't see it running, but it could. I would like to see this here at $48 most likely, due to the fact of the moving averages are just curling back down. This is on the weekly chart, mind you. The 5 up here is about to cross over the 8, and then the 8 is going to be crossing over the 21, and then that's potentially, of course, and we'll see how that goes within the next 2 days. Of course, with earnings coming out, with earnings, everything is a crapshoot sometimes. But this is that was a monthly chart we're looking at. This is the weekly chart here. Gives you a little more perspective here. This is where I kind of see it probably breaking a little bit below this. Maybe not making as low as this, but potentially having a negative impact again due to the coronavirus. Like, so many people are fearful. Like, imagine you book this and you don't want to be stranded at sea for 14 days extra and potentially get a horrible flu at the same time. Like, I don't know if it's overblown, but it's like, for me, I wouldn't want to do it. Like, I wouldn't want to put my hard-earned money on something where I might be stuck in a cabin the whole time. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!